Hello, everybody. This is Chanchai, and today we're going to be doing a training session. We haven't done a public live stream training session in a while. I've done a few training sessions in private, but we are doing a public live stream training session today. It's May 6th, 2026, and I'm going to be training with GROVILE. He is from South America, so the connection won't be the best, but I've had a good experience fighting with South America personally, and it's always been something manageable, and definitely been worth it because the players are getting a lot stronger, and GROVILE is a player who has been training with Laferes, and Laferes is incredibly strong. He's world-class strong, to be honest, and so fighting with so I'm expecting GROVILE to be actually plenty sharp, and I'm expecting but they are playing Leon now, so they've now started learning Leon, so there's definitely a lot of things where they were asking me if I could help them work on their Leon. So let's see how it goes. We'll spar a bit, we'll see where we're at, we'll see what type of training is appropriate, if it's a sparring match or if it is actually showing him some techniques. So I'm going to give him a call right now, and we're going to get to it. So here we go. Let's see. And we'll get ready to start up our room. So should be a good session. While we're calibrating, it's good to start the room at about 5 game sets, because you can always work with that. It gives you enough information, and then room to work on stuff. I actually like 5 game sets in training, meaning we'll do many sets, but setting it at 5 gives us a very nice interval. So I like these. I do like to reselect random personally, especially if you're playing Leon. You kind of want to master all of the stages. Leon is able to use the stage to his advantage. I think pretty much all stages he can work with. Of course, on the matchup there might be preferable ones because of the strength of the opponents, or more like limiting what the opponent can do, or getting them off of their win condition while Leon can still craft his. The only stage that I think is like an absolute you should avoid is if you're fighting against Taka, the low fence. That's the only one where I'd say if you have the option to switch there, right? Anyways, let's see here. We'll do a code, and I'll let him know once we're on the chat. And we'll also say no spectator. That kind of reduces the room for lag and stuff like that. Let's see, streaming. Alright, so we're gonna give him a call right now.
Hello.
Hello, GROVILE. How are you doing today? We are live on the stream, so just to let you know. Thanks for your patience.
Yeah. No problem, man.
And
Thanks for helping me.
My pleasure. It's always good working with you. You've always been great, and very fun to chat with too. So thanks for reaching out again, and also thank you for your patience. I know you had to wait a bit for this, but here we are. We're finally live.
Don't worry.
Okay, I will give you a passcode now. It's just gonna be like 4747, and so no reason, I just randomly picked that. So 4747, and you can join the room. You'll see it listed under my name. It looks like I will switch it to Leon, but right now it's just some pie from last night. So, and you've been training, which players have you been training your Leon with? I know Laferes is one person, right?
Yeah, I mainly play against the Farm, but I also play from here a lot with Hot Rod.
Hot Rod? Okay.
And El Boliviano too, that also plays.
I see.
Plays Shundi mostly, I would say, but he plays a lot of cards.
Good. Well, we'll start this off. We'll see where you're at. We'll see if you're gonna destroy me also. It's always fun. So let's see how your Leon is doing. And of course, Leon mirror match is extra pressure. It's a little different, and it can get more volatile. But I should be able to see some things. So I like the movement. I like the choice. Good. I like that very much. That was beautiful.
Nice.
Thank you. Well, you're off to a really good start, honestly. There's so much good in your play. I like a lot. I like your choice of sidestep.
Nice.
But there is a lot of very good stuff you're doing. You are pretty sharp. So. I like that. Nice. From my memory, I think you got a lot stronger. From the we haven't fought. We haven't fought in months, but I think you got a lot stronger. And
I'm breaking all these times, so I learned something.
absolutely, very good decisions. You know, not too aggressive, not too passive either.
Yeah, I'm not that used to the matchup because no one here is playing Leon.
It's a very nervous matchup. It's a very nervous matchup, and a lot of people will not relate, right? Like Leon's, you know, he's got strengths, but he also has like areas that are weaker, right? And not many people will understand it until they play him. So
yeah,
when they play him and they kind of get a sense, and then they go, "This is like," they're like, "I don't know what I'm doing with this character," but you know. Nice.
oh nice.
So you'll see that the good thing is with Leon's Okizeme, he can kind of keep pressure on the opponent.
Yeah.
So they kind of have to, even if like they're waking up, it's up to them if they want to slow it down against him, or if they want to. But if they get up fast, they have to know that he's gonna play pretty aggressive. And then his stance switch game is very strong, which whether it's on purpose or not, the way that you assaulted the half circular game was good because again, Leon switches stance very fast. Oh, but if they had the right, if you know the combo, you would win that. That's okay. That's what we're here for. No, I'm not good at reciting the combo directly. I'm more about the combat decision. So.
Yeah.
And then also, using the tempo. Nice. There you go. Oh, almost.
Oh, nice.
So on Okizeme, his ability to mix mid-low become quite strong, right? So, because now the opponent has to guard, but they have to guard either standing or crouching, right? If his timing is good on the meaty. But again, you're doing so much good. I'm attacking with tempo, so that can be tough. It's also that sometimes I put some crush just in case you might low punch, but not too much, just a little bit, you know. Good. Good. Excellent.
Nice.
Thank you. So 5 frame is working for us. There are some rollbacks, but it's very playable. So
It's not as much.
very nice. Good for going for crush there. Very good. Go for low crush as well. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so now you're going for speed, which is a good option.
Nice.
Thank you.
Round 4. Ready, go!
On the rollback, this one is probably hard to identify. Hard to respond to this stagger because of the rollback, probably. I'm guessing. So.
I thought I'm better.
It's a good move in general, though. He's at least on the wall.
Were you speaking with me? Oh,
No, yes, I was saying that it's a good move to use on the wall in general to people escape.
yes. Yeah. Good. I like your choice there. I like your adapting. Very good round. Very, very good choices. Very good choices.
Ready, go!
Good choice there. It didn't work out, but it was a good one. And meniscus. Very good. Very close. The downside to this move is the range. Actually, no, I set it up. Okay, never mind. Very good choice. Nice. I like your ducking. You have to do that sometime against Ferris especially, so against a lot of people, but ducking is always good. Very good ducking. Good. So you should definitely rising attack, or if you see that they're gonna pounce, you can rising attack, but you did a good option. Good choice. Very good. Excellent evade. Excellent evade.
Round 5. Ready,
Great.
It's fun. The downside to doing 4-6K plus G is move like uppercut or 2K can like cause it to switch position sometimes if the spacing is right. But it's a fun move and I still like it. And sometimes if it happens at the right time though, he can still turn around and hit them. So it's pretty funny too. So Seidon asks, what are my thoughts on Taco Stage as Leon? Oh, I love it. Because Leon is good at ring out and wall, and he's good at angled wall. He's an all-rounder when it comes to stages. So the only stage where he doesn't feel like he can do much is again Taka versus versus Taka on short fence. That's the only case where he feels like he's losing, like whatever advantage he has is kind of gone, because Taka is hard to because for Taka it's easy to do ring out over short fence, but for Leon it's hard to do it against Taka. It's easy to do it against everybody else. You know, so that's the only matchup. Whereas technically, I think Leon is good on any stage. So in his case, he should be thinking. He can think about the matchup, but he can also think about the opponent more specifically. Like, is the opponent good at doing this thing? Then I'll change the stage. And almost any different stage I pick will probably be fine. Because Leon is he's good at the ring positioning. He's good at position management, and he can fight too. Very good. Very good choice. It's a little harder to confirm on the rollback, but it's still just enough. So I just have to tell myself to confirm sooner. Thank you. Yeah, so Seidon, very good question. How have you been doing? Seidon, fantastic player, community member, and he's also taught a lot of people, I believe, from Scotland. And yeah, good to have you on the stream chat. How are you doing today, Seidon? And again, thank you for what you do in the VF community, including Global Showdown, but also including like pretty much everything. It's much appreciated. Though I tend to bag on the UK hours a little bit, and I do call it UK hours because it's usually players from the UK that are that like turns it into. But it's part of the culture too, because it's like guys having fun at the pub, right? It's you know, I guess they call it shooting the shit at the pub. You know, that was really wonderful conversion. Good setting up the ring out.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Good punish. Good. You're probably like, why is he actually evading like my 4K? It's like, well, I'm mixing up the evade, but my gut tells me you're gonna do that one. I thought I got an evade. Yeah, you got it. Good one. I think you do have to delay. You had the delay, and you got the delay. You found it.
That's what works on machine. That's why.
That was an excellent round. Excellent round.
Round 4. Ready, go!
I like the 4-6K. That was beautiful. Oh. Man, I didn't expect the stagger actually there. I should have. And said, yes, it's glad to be here, man. So Seidon says, glad to be here, man. I am keeping well, about to hop on and maybe play a few sets. So got you on in the background. Yeah, sounds good.
Nice.
Thank you for your support. And also playing VF while doing that, always good. I like it that you're mindful of the ring. I really like that you're mindful of the ring. It's you already know a lot of what to do with Leon. Just and you're getting the experience. You're seeing stuff. I like the mix-up on throw. I like this so much. Very good. I like the commitment. I like the commitment. So a lot of what I get you is when I play tempo play. I do the tempo play with the forward dash or back dash, and sometimes I, turn it from 1 delay to 2 delay. But you're starting to get more comfortable trying to guess this and cut it off at the speed 0 play, right? Which is good.
Yeah.
You're starting to get used to the tempo play itself. I really like it. Yes, you're still losing to it, but overall, I see the adjustment. So keep it up. You're playing Leon great.
Ready, go!
Thanks.
And then I think you play with better frames than I do, so it's good. this one is a bit tricky because I think the rollback can also mess this tactic can make it hard to see this one.
Ready, go!
Yeah, he makes it harder.
That said, it's not complaining about the rollback, but the thing I'm getting used to is that on the rollback, actually, the thing that's harder for me right now is some of the confirm on some certain tiny hits, you know? I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so I find myself being late and then going, oh, I don't have it. And that's okay. As long as, you know, but it's just one of those things where I'm like, man, I want, like, actually the one I'm having the hardest time this morning is not seeing that you are crouched when I sidestep. And generally I should see it, but my brain wants to wait and make sure that that's really what's happening, you know? But it shouldn't, but it's doing that. And I was like, I need to be more decisive because I miss a lot of punish opportunity, but at least I'm hitting you, so it's okay.
Yeah.
That was really good. I'm glad that I had a feeling you might do this stance. But no, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea because you're making a guess. Is he going to cut me off or is he going to wait and zone me out? And I think your opponents in South America probably are usually more patient. I'm like usually I go straight in. So against me, it's like maybe you have to tell yourself maybe I have to cut him off. You know, like uppercut is a good way to cut off. However, it's risky if I sidestep. But very good. I really hate the I didn't want to tech roll. I didn't want to stand up, but I did it because of this patch. Everyone hates it. Yeah, I know. Like, well, now I usually know when it's gonna happen, but sometimes it's really annoying, and sometimes you just end up doing nothing because you just want to watch and see what happens. You know.
Yeah.
Very nice elbow. Do I think Leon got a lot of benefit from the latest evade change? I think it helps him. I don't think it helps him that much more than others, but the thing is it helps this. It helps 4K. And that's why you see more Leon players using it, right? Because before they have to be it's like Nitaku weapon. And now it can be used at small advantage. But at the same time, it doesn't fundamentally change his play. Now, for me, it doesn't affect me too much either because I never use ECD just like incidentally as option select. Leon wants to sidestep. So the way that I play, I want to sidestep. So if I'm sidestepping, it's because I think I'm going to get the sidestep. It's not because I'm just, doing an option select in your face and then I happen to get sidestep. It's like I really want to sidestep as Leon, right? And I get some benefit from the evade cancel, of course, but it's not like the biggest goal for me. And so I think because of that, that's why the ECD change feels more beneficial to Leon because it's not ruining his opportunity, but it's not putting him in more danger, but it gives him more opportunity to use 4K, right? And so that's a benefit because evading to Leon's back is just so damn strong. It still is, for the record, because like this if the opponent's comfortable with it, 4K is just another setup game, right? It's not by itself, it's not doing that much. It's just disrupting the opponent and makes them not want to sidestep, right? And so that's all it does. it's good. It tags the opponent, but 4K is not like this like devastating attack, right? The other stuff, and so evading to Leon's back is still very, very strong. Evading to his front to avoid that specific move is actually is a bit of a risk, because the risk reward is not exactly like in tune, you know. But you know, being right is still good. So if you're accurate, if you're successfully sidestepping it, fantastic. If you're trying to sidestep that and you eat the other stuff, that sucks. So the thing is that the risk reward didn't really change much, and you still want to evade to Leon's side, but you want to adjust how much you're evading or how predictable your decision to sidestep is, and that's going to be the thing you need to manage against the Leon, because 4K is going to punish you if you just like to sidestep too much, right? But it's not like such a big punish. I almost turned this around. I tried to 2KK you and it wasn't in time, but that would have been so fun.
Yeah.
This is, by the way, I am having so much fun fighting your Leon. I like seeing the way that you're adjusting to.
Thanks.
I like the 1P plus K here. It's a very good cut-up option, but also can count them if they stand guard. It's both. So it's the thing that stops. It's the thing that actually mixes up and makes the opponent want to do the wrong thing. You know, it's like, please do the wrong thing. I'll hit you, but I really want, what my goal as Leon is for you to do the wrong thing, right?
Yeah.
And so like, if you're really that worried about, but 1P plus K, the downside to this option is it is slow. Because it's not that slow. It's fast enough. Nice. That was beautiful. Oh, that was not. But the setup was beautiful. The setup was beautiful. It's okay. You're doing great. You really are. You really, really are.
I was watching Anti-Gion play, and I saw that he uses a lot of 1K after using this.
It's very good. Yes, it's a very good mix-up option. It's just that it's very punishable on guard.
Yeah.
And do you want to know the secret about this move? What is the secret that's not obvious about 1P plus K? Do you know what it is?
It's an ogre?
No.
Yeah, sorry,
Okay, the secret? It looks like he's crouching, right?
yeah.
But he's standing.
Oh,
Yeah, watch this. Try it. I'll show you. So I want you to low block. Okay? I want you to block low. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do 1P plus K, and I want you to just do KK. Or do 4K. Okay? Or KK. Do KK. It should be, yeah.
oh yeah.
It's standing, right? Do throw, right? Do throw. Do throw.
Yeah, it makes you think that you need
See? That's like really stupid, right? So, is that he's standing. I do have to tell people every 2 years about this to remind them, because nobody will remember this. Only a Leon player will remember this. But it's a funny thing, and it's important to understand. Like 2P plus K, yes, he's crouching. 1P plus K, he's standing. So it's so stupid, but it is good that they built it with that weakness. It's made to be punishable. It's a fast true low, right? It's a true low.
Yeah.
It's fast, and it cuts off the if they sidestep to the back, it will hit them, because they have to sidestep to the front for that move. So those are good points to it. So the trade-off is that he's actually standing, even though he looks like he's crouching. So you can punish him. You can punish him however you like. Brad can like combo, like actually you try it. No.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Isn't that stupid, right? It's like so stupid. It's like,
It makes you look like he's a crouching move.
right? And so Brad can do 6P plus K. You know, like Brad can go high elbow right in his face. It's really funny. So,
Yeah, it's really good. I actually didn't know that.
yeah, I don't think anybody would assume it. So I found it on accident, but like I know that I found it when labbing. So, but yeah, it's so funny. It's just like, okay.
Ready, go!
Was that input error? The stance here? Oh no, you were going for it? Or you're probably going for the wall. So you want
Yeah, I was going for the ball. Like, I said, well, maybe he went to block, so I got try and get something in there.
I thought I got you at the thread and I'm like, whoops. Very good. Good game. Very good game. I'm finding myself having trouble evading to the correct way and I'm not following my advice, so it's good. Keep taking advantage of it. Punish him for wanting to sidestep to the front, so.
Yeah, that's the Leon special, I would say.
So it helps for 1, 2, 3, 6P on side. Let's see. Do you think Leon got it? It'll hit after PKP even if they evade his back. I wonder about that. I haven't tested that out, but yeah. That's interesting. I have to test that out. Thanks for pointing that out, Fence. I'll test it out. Good. Thought I disrupted that fall. Very nice. I thought I got the whip punish, but not close enough. I will teach you how to do that later. I don't know if you know how to do it, so.
Yeah, you told me on Discord.
Okay.
I asked especially about that. Like after slide throw, after a throw that lets you with the sub, you guys with the stance.
I like the ducking.
Nice.
Thank you. It's the Chanchai signature wake up uppercut. So-
Round 3. Ready, go!
I got you with the last hit frame. It's the very last hit frame. It just looks so funny. It's like my heel hit you on the kick.
Serious fight.
But it's very fun sparring with you. It's very fun.
Yeah.
You learned a lot about Leon too. It's just putting it together and like again in the mirror match is very high stakes. There's a lot of little things that can cause it to get blown up. So
Yeah.
it's fun, but it's also what makes the mirror match crazy for a while.
Go!
Yeah, it's a lot of Rambo.
Very good.
Oh, nice.
The string. This is why the low if you can recognize it, the low attack is better, right? As a clean way. If you think he's gonna do the follow up, but it's risky still.
Knockout.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
Round 3. Ready, go!
I actually don't remember the combos, so because I almost never use it. So
Knockout.
I will train the combos just so that I know what they are, but they're really good. Like he has a lot of combos now,
Yeah.
so and they're very good. I just don't remember them, so I'm like, oh, okay.
What a knucklehead.
It's like I don't really lab much. I most of the time I'm just like playing and learning as I play, so as I fight.
Yeah.
So. But I encourage people to lab. People should lab.
Yeah. It's very important. Mostly on the moves you use, at least, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's I would say pretty common to not have the right combo for the move that you barely use, you know, but here I at least a basic right. Wait. Oh, nice.
Hey, how you doing, Shogi Dad? So good to see you. I saw that you were in the Kai Leagues this weekend, so I hope you had a wonderful time in there too. How have you been doing? Ray says, okay, is so after the kick you do 2P 4. Okay, just a basic 2P into bound combo. Okay. Okay, maybe it's not the. Is it the 2P? Hard to confirm that on the rollback.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the sidestep rollback. Looks like a hit on my screen, then boom, it's a roll. It's like, oh, remember, it's sidestep. It's okay, I think you got guaranteed. I like that. I like that you sidestep that though. The delay, very good timing. I actually had a rollback about whether you. It like looked like you escaped the throw and then you didn't. I was just like, man, this is really training my sharpness here. It's really pushing my sharpness. I like it though. I like it because this actually makes you more sharp, in my view. If you, Gentleman Thief also is proud of his ability to like know when the rollback, or like know when the thing is a rollback.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I did do the 2K or the K into the. I tried dash 2P. Maybe it's immediate. Is it immediate 2P after the K? But I'll have to test it out. But yeah, because I missed. Did I get the bound? I missed the bound. But I'll master that. It just looks like it's a forward dash into 2P, but it might just be straight 2P.
Yeah.
Is it just straight 2P? It's not even forward dash?
Ready, go!
There you go. You're like, I'm not gonna take that. You can't combo test me. I'm like trying to tell myself to do the punch option and my brain won't do it because it wants to do this so bad. Okay, you can still block this one, so.
Okay.
Round two. Ready, go!
Oh man, that actually beat this. Welcome to the final showdown era. That's like the main Leon skill. Using this move, or no, using 4/4P plus K was like a big deal. I know that you're aware of it because you know that Lao Ferris will do that. That's why you did the 3K later, after you confirmed that I hopped. So.
Ready, go!
Thank you. It was a good idea though. I just chose to go. I just went, crazy Abari.
Round
So.
four. Ready, go!
Man, my brain doesn't want to confirm crouch because it wants to verify that it was correct, that like it saw correctly. It's okay because it's again good training. It's just more like, oh man. Very good control.
Nice.
Thank you. Fortunately, I got to kill on the second hit because the timing was off. In this case, you can tech roll. If it's not death, you can tech roll that one because because I did the wrong timing. So you want to recognize. It's hard on rollback, but you want to recognize if Leon did not like get the correct hit, did not get the right like ground pop, you know.
Yeah, the right time.
And so if he doesn't, that's an opportunity to tech roll and try to attack right away, or mix up right away. So in general for everyone, right? Anytime somebody's combo looks like it's off, like you should be greedy, in my view, as Leon especially because of uppercut.
Yeah.
And the stance switching is really nice. So
Nice. Nice.
thank you.
Round two. Ready, go!
I like that.
Knockout.
Very good. Good choices. There was about like 4 really good choices in there.
Three.
Thanks.
Ready, go!
Nice.
Knockout.
Next.
Thank you.
Round four. Ready, go!
Good. That was beautiful. Gorgeous.
Thank you.
It's like I sensed you were gonna be watching. The funny thing is, the more you watch, the harder it is to see this thing. Even though it's weird, right? Because you see it, but maybe your brain is like our brain is usually like, oh, it's gonna be an attack. You know, there's like guard break. You know, so it's like.
Yeah, it's kind of to have everything like in your mind.
It's where your focus is, yes. So it's like magic trick. So,
Round one.
Yeah.
Ready,
It's made of fun.
I wish that would cause a crumple. Nice, good choice.
knockout.
Nice.
It's very good. The 1K though opened you up. So, a lot.
Ready, go! Ring out.
I like that this could lift up.
Round three. Ready, go!
Really nice. I liked how all that played. Very good sequence. Very good sequence.
Ready, go!
Very good range feel.
Okay.
We're getting rollbacks. You got rollbacks too, right? You got probably a lot of rollbacks here. I saw a lot of rollbacks, like 4 in a row. But it's okay. It's manageable. It's just more of like, man, I got to be more patient on confirm. It's like,
Yeah, but again, so fast, you know, like it's sometimes hard to get more patient. But at the same time, it's something you have to do a lot, even if it's not proper.
I think if you get good at it helps with your overall play and like controlling whether you be patient or assertive with your checking, you know. For me, it feels like I got better because of it, so. But that's just me, right? I'm just like, well, everything's a challenge. The more challenges you get used to, the better. Some people are like, hell no. You know, but I'm like, well, okay, but the more frustrated you get, the worse you are. You know, for me anyways. Like, I play way worse when I'm frustrated. Sometimes. I can play really good when I'm frustrated, but it's like maybe only 45 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
And like, yeah, when I'm angry I can be very scary, but I'm like exhausted after that. Playing calm, I can do this for 24 hours. You know? So, and I can sustain like a very like high performance while doing that. But if I'm using like the anger, yeah, it sometimes is very, very good. But it's also but again, very exhausting, and then it's like that's when I'm like, oh, I need a break, right? Like I really need a break.
Excellent.
Yeah, I would have like the ability to switch gears or to change speeds in this game is really important.
I think so, especially with Leon. but in general, it really is though, because at the high level, that tempo play is really strong, right? And this is what you have like, and I had to learn it the hard way, right? I had to learn it the hard way. Now I can explain it to people better, like what's going on. Even though I guess another way to explain it is just like, yeah, this is when the game is a little more like Tekken, you know, when we play this way, you know, because Tekken you kind of have to learn this pretty fast, you know, otherwise you'll see the same thing over and over.
And you can go really slow and get really methodical about spacing and moving, you know, and what frames you're using, and sometimes you should go for it.
Yeah.
The Fire is pretty good, I would say, at that, like, change speed. Sometimes you will believe that you will feel like you are inside of a blender, you know, like...
Yes.
Every blend you take is going sideways. Or it's like, you have to pick an option in an instant and go for it.
Yeah.
But other times you really have to wait and see what's going on and try to run it. And there will be some spaces where it will be open, you know.
Yes. Exactly. No, 100%.
So you really have to be mindful of that.
But I think for my benefit, I think this sparring session on this connection with the rollbacks, I think it's gonna help me improve even my my stance checking more, but I have to keep working on it. Right now I'm not. Right now I keep trying to do like normal, but it's like, no, your stance checking is slow today, and doesn't matter the reason. We know the reason, but doesn't matter the reason.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity to improve it and find your focus and find like, can you do it? Because and it's good because the Leon matchup is so important to do that. So that's why, again, side kick into 8K, so scary, right? Because he switched the foot right away. So if you didn't pay attention, you're gonna evade the wrong way. There you go. You're like, this is where I cut him off. Very good. I'm glad that the backdash helped me this time. I was like, I'll do backdash evade. It worked out as just a backdash, but still, I got the intended effect. Nice backdash. Nice. Normal throw beats the catch throw. Because catch throw always slower. So. Nice. Good choice of uppercut. I like the way you're using uppercut. I like it a lot. It's very precise, and it's got good targets. It's the right targets. I actually don't even know the combo for this one, so I will figure it out, but it's fine. And I get to use the 1P plus K. Actually, I do normally use it, but lately not as much, but yes. So good. Probably because I'm having too much fun with 1.1 using the 4K a little much, but but the 1P plus K is so risky, so it's just don't do it too much. But, and especially now that you know he's standing. like okay, it's like if you do like 1P plus K in this situation, it's so dangerous, right? Like, go ahead and try it, right? It's just like, nah, okay, but the spacing, no. The good thing is the spacing won't allow it, except for there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like, so it's like boom, boom, right, kick. All right, here we go. I didn't know that was gonna stagger. This is guaranteed. It's just 6 PP. Is that it? It's so boring. It's like, bring back the stagger. No, I'm just kidding.
I like the fact that it gives you a lot of space. The 6 PP, like the general also like goes farther, I would believe. So it's really good to get like closer to the wall. Like if you have in mind. I believe it doesn't do much damage, but it's probably the forward top that gives you more spacing. Like that's something we were discussing with the Fares yesterday.
Yeah, no, the spacing is always good. It's the utility of throws are really important to understand in this game. If a lot of people only look at the damage, but it's really not. It's like not just that. The utility is such a big value, right?
Yeah, I used to play Jeffrey, so like knowing when to use like a back throw that will take you out of the ring, or even the usual 4B to shift on Jeffrey that lets you do a wall combo if you are parallel to the wall.
Yeah.
So like you really need to be mindful. Well, and when I use the Shundi, it's the same, right? Like you need to be thinking of the ring something.
And I cannot track the stance. I need to do it better. It is my opening today.
Nice.
Thank you. It's really fun. It's fun working on this. Actually, I'm glad you don't mind playing Leon Mirror Match because I think it's really important. I think it's really important for Leon players to do it. I think when a player like a Leon player really hates the mirror match, usually I think it's because they're thinking too much about what they want to do. And I think but I think the more you watch what is your opponent actually doing, I think the mirror match train you a lot on the, so I think the Leon mirror match is very good about that. I think all mirror matches. Right. So, but it is normal for a lot of people to just hate mirror matches, right?
Yeah.
But again, I also go like, well, you might want to look at like what is the reason you don't like the mirror match. I don't want to spell it out because it might sound mean, but it's like, you know. But I think but this game is very strong if you're watching the way your opponent plays, right? If you're watching your opponent, you don't have to memorize everything, but just sense, like, you know, but like attention to it is kind of the thing.
Nice.
Now that said, because Leon has a lot of tools, then he can also spam is not the right word, but he can put out a lot of different tools to kind of fish out more information. And that's what I do like about playing Leon. But, you know, I play like when I play Pi, it's like, okay, she's even more crazy about this aspect, right? You know, because the chance of her tools winning is, to me, feels higher. Doesn't mean they're better. It's just that with Leon, it's not the same as Vanessa, where she has to be so precise. But like Vanessa has to be really precise. Leon, his tools are pretty versatile, but a lot of time he want to set up a situation. He want the opponent to attack him. You know, it's Pi. She can really pick at their defense. She could really apply pressure. But Ray shows me some of the things I have to be careful about when I'm fighting. Like if I'm not thinking what's going to happen to Pi. Right? She can get spaced out pretty good if she tries to do this too much. She can get zoned actually, which is what I like to do against her. And someone just being patient will probably be okay to a degree. So, but she can still annoy the defense. She has tools to crack defense though.
Yeah. Alright.
How come that did not? Is it no longer guaranteed? What's going on? I'm just delaying. I must be delaying.
Yeah, I got disconnected from the
Okay. No, it's just on guard break I can't do 4K.
Yeah, it's probably the delay.
I don't think it's the delay of the game. I think my brain is playing slower on purpose. Meaning like I need to fix this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's very dangerous when that happens. Good.
Nice.
I'm glad I got it after. after the 4K, not before. It's like he's gonna get counter hit. If I did it like 2 frames sooner, I'd probably eat the 4K. Oh no. I do like that the 4KP really gets somebody to defend. Hopefully not to sidestep though, or not to crouch. There you go.
Okay, then.
You're like, this is the first time you saw the sweep all day. The uppercut AK is like, you're gonna go low, aren't you? Just do mid. You know? You blocked my uppercut, and then but it's the instinct want to do like a low punch or sweep there. So it's like, Agent Oblivion says it's his damn socks. Man, looking at Leon just pisses. I know. Okay, all right. I understand, Agent Oblivion. I like playing Leon. I like fighting against Leon too, but it used to be super stressful too. It's more relaxing for me now, but it can be very. But it's stressful for almost everybody. You're in the majority. You're like. You're like, when it comes to Leon haters, we are the 99%. You know? It's like in Japan he's hated too, but he's not hated. Like I asked Homestay Akira and Chimpanjay and Tetsuko. I asked them I was like, how much do Japanese players hate Leon, right? And they go, well, yes, a lot of people hate Leon. They find him annoying. He make them mad, but not as bad as Shun, and not as bad as Taka. They said Taka is number 1. They're like, Taka number 1, Shun is like number 2.
Yeah.
Very good. What's that? Showing me your 4K skills. Thank you. Agent Oblivion is not happy about Shun either. So, we understand. Again,
character.
Shun is a tough one because you do have to learn a lot of things, and in this game, where most of the time this game is about the up close boxing, Shun is really good at zoning. He's the one. He's very good at it, and it really disrupts everybody that's learning the game. He's good at zoning. He's good at turtling, because you have to, because you have an imperative to unless your health is more than his, to do that. But the downside is that he can get drinks, and you don't want him to drink because he gets way too strong with enough drinks. And so a lot of times the matchup, a huge factor in the matchup is going to be how well does your character sober Shun, right? Or how well are you at sobering Shun with your character, more specifically. But then that will affect the zone, whether the zoning is really how much. And then there's a lot of technique to beating the zoning, right? A lot of times the trick for zoning though, I give a really crude advice about it. And that crude advice is that when somebody is trying to bait you, you can try to bait them instead and try to be the master baiter. You know? And that is meant to be a dirty joke, so yeah. But basically you want to bait the baiter. And it's one good approach. You can cut them off too, but cutting them off is harder. Baiting them is a little easier. Good. You're like, I'm not gonna get wrung out this way.
Nice.
Thank you. So Just Miles says, never understood the Leon hate. Is it the lows? It's the voice. It's the lows and the voice. Honestly, I think it's the voice. Like, I honestly believe it's the voice. That's the first one. And then some people think, you know, this is a sneaky, creepy character, right? So, you know, because he pokes and prods. Like, the pokes also annoy people, right? Like, people getting death by 1,000 cuts is really obnoxious to a lot of people. Most people want to just power things through, right? They want to go through life with a hammer. You know, this guy, and then stuff like this, right? So that uppercut is a normal part of the property where he did a kick and I phased through the kick and hit him with the uppercut. That thing ticks off a lot of people. And then in now people have there's always been people that didn't really like Leon for these reasons that we mentioned. It's specific to Final Showdown. This 1K is very annoying to people because it looks like a mid and it's a low, right? Now that said, here's what I always say about it. 1K is not, it's solid as a low, mostly when it rings somebody out, but it is most powerful as a counter hit launcher. So it's 16 frames, so if I hit them with low punch, normally it's +4, and I do a 1K right after hitting them with low punch. If they attacked into that for whatever reason, and they didn't crush the 1K counter launches them, and it's big damage, right? So this is really annoying, and combined with the fact that to a lot of people it looks like a mid. For me, it's so low, but I understand it looking like a mid because it used to as well for me. And so that's more Final Showdown. But I will say that people have really disliked Leon from the start, especially since VF3, but even VF2. And I think it's just because of his voice. Just because he's always like, yeah, and he says things like, I'm twice the man I used to be, you know, and my time is here, you know. So like when you lose to this, it's kind of like, you know, I think, was it about, you know, less than 10 years ago, there's like players that were really simps, right? And sometimes it feels kind of hard when you lose to a simp, you know. But that has nothing to do with their like that's a separate topic from their fighting skill. But it's kind of like, you know, if the jock loses to the nerd, they get mad, right? And I don't mind that. I think nerds are fine because there's a lot of nerds that can fight. But for people's preconceived notion, they don't want to lose to a nerd. and so that's kind of like their internal idea of social order,
Oh, nice.
right? And it gets disrupted, and it's like a cognitive dissonance. It's like, this is not right, this is not strong. You know, it's like, this is martial arts, it's supposed to be about weak people can fight strong people in the fantasy of martial arts, you know. So you know.
Yeah, it's like my character is B and he's strong, right? He listens to this guy that
But-
is selling and poking me with his finger.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Yeah.
Then you fight Rental Animator, who gets to your back and keeps poking you in the butt at the end of the round. You know? So, you know.
Round one.
And yet, Rental Animator is one of the nicest, like, most likable guys. He is insanely likable, very good looking, but also very charming and has good sense of humor, and he has skills. So, you know, this is like the person, like, a lot of people would be like, yeah, I want to be like Rental Animator, right? But, you know, but again, when they fight his Leon, they might, you know, feel a little differently when he, like, goes behind and then goes, like, you know, wants to keep poking them in the butt. All in good fun, yeah. I take it as fun. I am proud, though, that there's a lot of people who have told me, I hate Leon, but I like Chun-Chai. And I'm like, oh, that's nice, thank you. You know? So- Good, nice duck. We'll do the Chorosopho special.
Round three. Ready?
Yeah, no, exactly. So Hypergrav it understands my view about this. The only real good... Okay, there's only two great things about 1K. Well, there's three. Okay, there are a few things. I'm underselling 1K. There's actually a few things. So here's what's good about 1K. Number one, counter hit launcher. Okay. Number two, it can ring out on short fence. Number three, actually even super important, it can beat backdash. 1K has enough range to hit people out of backdash and launch them, and it does it a lot. Like, it catches back. It's one of Leon's better backdash catchers. That's why you see me do stuff like crouch backdash into 1K or backdash into 1K, because it has the range to work like that. But it's really good at punishing them doing the backdash. It's really good at destroying backdash. And so it's one of those where if the opponent likes to backdash too much and they're not buffering the sidestep properly, or like, you know, and there are situations between buffer and neutral where you might assess that your opponent doesn't actually evade cancel their backdash because of the buffer or because it's neutral. That is a thing, and so that means like 1K becomes a little better, right? And so these are the things that make 1K so good. What's weak about 1K? Well, it's every form of punishable. You can crush it, you can guard punish it, you can evade punish it. The guard punish is maximum, as long as it's maximum crouch punish, right? And then the evade punish is maximum punish. Whatever your character does good on evade recovery hit, you do that. As long as it's not a high attack, right? As long as it's not a high attack. So yeah.
Round three. Ready?
Yep, Just Miles is accustomed to Leon. Yeah. Well, Leon has never annoyed me, and he was not my main. He was not my main character until the Dreamcast. But you know, he's. But I really like playing as him. He's really fun to play for me. Like, that has never stopped. Like, he has never stopped being like the most fun character for me to play. Not just because I know him, because I've had to relearn him every version of the game. But many times I've played him when he's like the lowest, like among the lowest tier in the game. But again, I don't think tiers matter in Virtua Fighter. Not really. It's just more about it's good for discussion. It's good for risk reward assessment. At the highest level, sure, but we're talking about a very different kind of thing there. And so I personally have always liked Leon, and I kind of like that he looked like Marty McFly in Virtua Fighter 2. So, you know.
True.
Like, a lot of people, like, because of the life vest costume, back then everybody would say he looked like Marty McFly, like Back to the Future. So yeah. Yeah. No, I know that you find him annoying just outright from the outright. Yeah, from the outset.
Go!
But I really appreciate you being in the chat, Agent Oblivion. Thank you for dealing with it. But again, I think you're also seeing like I think from our matches you're actually seeing some of the not all the weak points for Leon, but you're kind of seeing like how his tools work in a better sense. Very good. I like your mix-up game after it. You have a very good mix-up game after it. You guessed right, but I waited. You guessed right, but I waited. Wait, but this is knockdown. This move will not get parry.
Round 3.
So this move cannot parry. Yeah. Good use. I think I gave you the advice to use the uppercut, right? So, yeah, good one. The rushing uppercut's a good move. If you see a mistake, it's really good. It's good for cutting off too. By the way, did you see that I hopped towards you? I like to do hopping towards the opponent because it has a higher chance at messing up their combo sometimes. Sometimes not. Sometimes it gives them a better combo.
Yeah.
Round 4. Ready, go!
We both went for that. Backdash 8K beat the forward dash 8K.
Nice.
Thank you. So this move, very underrated move, because as a beginner it's a hard move to use, but it's very strong. Do you want to tell me why you think P plus K is strong? Why I'm saying P plus K is strong? Give me all the reasons it's good.
Yeah, it also has a good amount of active frames. And it beats people that use sparring, for example.
Yes, it will beat Sabaki, yes.
Yeah, it beats Tabaki's. Like, it's also... For example, if sometimes I want to go for something like a uppercut against Alvarez and he goes for parry, you know, I can go for P plus K.
Yeah.
Like, in the case of Shin, you can also use 4-6K because he doesn't...
Oh, Just Smiles, it's a different move. We're talking about, so we're talking about P plus K by itself, but you are talking about 4P plus K. We're talking about this one. This is a different move than this one.
Yeah.
So the low profile, this is the 4P plus K. And see, this is the charge move, right? But this is the one we're talking about, just P plus K by itself, neutral.
Yep.
And it's a really good move. Now, so I'll break it down. This move is 20 frames. Execution, okay? 20 frames is quote unquote slow. It's not really slow, right? This is about fast for a power move, right? This doesn't look like much of a power move, but it's a normal hit launcher. And Leon's fastest normal hit launcher is 4-6K, you know? And 4-6K is 19 frames. So this is just 1 frame slower than that.
Yeah.
That said, Leon wishes he had 17 frame normal hit launcher, you know? You know? But he doesn't, so he's got this. He has counter hit launchers, and eye poke I don't count because it's not a launcher, but eye poke is a hit confirmable combo starter, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so because normal hit will just get you PK. So this move, okay, why is it good? Okay, the range is another factor that it's easy to misunderstand this range. Look at how much range that is. This is like just outside of about elbow range and still gonna touch, and sometimes this thing hits their toe, right? Because it's like so like you'd be surprised what this thing hits, but of course counter hit anything. It's one of Leon's more damaging attacks, but it's not high damaging. Like Akira of course is gonna beat this move on trade, but it's still high enough damage that it will beat a lot of pokes. It'll beat a lot of people going for speed. Okay, so it's enough to beat speed approaches if they're late. And at range, they tend to be late when they do this. Okay, so this normal hit launcher, very strong because I get good combos from it that give me a good follow through. That's not the only reason too. The input is a huge reason why this move is good. The input is just P plus K. Okay, so why is that important? If GROVILE is in my face doing like this, right? Or like, let's say I'm fighting beginner intermediate level. A lot of people beginner intermediate level, they're not comfortable just like block and throw, and they're not comfortable just throwing. So a lot of time, and they're worried, they're scared to whiff. They're scared of this. So a lot of people dash in and throw, but they don't dash in and attack. And if I sense you're like that, well, I'm like, oh, he's gonna throw me, P plus K. You know, like I don't have to do anything. Even if I'm crouching, I still have to go to neutral. But in general, P plus K, neutral P plus K is just easy to input, no stress. So you get the fastest input possible, while at the same time when you're reacting. So if your gut just says he's about to throw me, even if it's right before that throw touches you, you hit this thing and it just, right? If I do 4-6K, that's slow enough that I might be too late and they might throw me before I finish it, before I hit the K. But if I hit P plus K, really quick. KK, same thing. So it's really good to have moves like this with your character. A lot of characters will have, you know, Jackie's got beat knuckle. Jackie's beat knuckle beats freaking throw because it launches on recovery hit, right?
Yeah.
So it's like insane. So Jackie's beat knuckles an easy one. Of course, 6K is also easy. So Jackie can do 6K or P plus K. Jean can do 6K or P plus K. So these are easy input moves. They're what I call emergency buttons. In case of them throwing you, break glass, you know, hit the P plus K.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's gonna throw me, P plus K. You know, so that's another reason it's strong. We talked about earlier, it's a two-handed attack, which means it beats almost all paris and reversals and sabakis. Not everyone, but it beats most of them, you know. Aoi can do a manual reversal of it, but it will beat those kinds of things. So at 20 frames, pretty good. And then also with this range, at the high level play, I get a lot of people with this. Like, I'll low punch them, I'll crouch backdash, and I'll do this. And a lot of times this crouch backdash makes them want to move in an attack. And so that's why this thing works. You know, like they're reacting to me crouch backdashing, and so they just kind of go straight offense, right? And this has caught every level player. I've hit Virgo with this. I've hit Homestay with this. I've hit Chimpanzee with this. I've hit Himajan with this, right? And sometimes it's not from the low punch. Sometimes it's just we're like staring at each other, and then I just go like this, right? And it's really good bait. So, you know, that said, it's dangerous. If they're expecting it, sidestep is his biggest weakness. Okay, so this thing on block is not guaranteed punish. It's Nitaku, and Leon can reverse Nitaku. But Nitaku is not the best. But the worst is, of course, if I whiff, and the worst is if they sidestep. So if I do like this and then this, do the biggest thing you can do. Probably have to buffer it though. Yeah. So it's pretty punishable, right? You go ahead and try it for me. Do you jab into it? Alright, let's try this. No, that's okay. You won with delay. You did the 1-1 without doing the 1-1.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
If I'm doing this, yes, sidekick will totally wreck me for doing this. This is so dangerous to do. If they know you're gonna backdash. So here's the thing about, I've said this lecture many times, I'll say it again though. Okay, backdash is really good, but the closer you are, the more risky it is. The further you are, the more secure it is, except when you make them whiff, you would like to have more options. The closer you are to them after they whiff, the more options you have. So 1-1 is very dangerous at most levels of play. However, if my opponent is playing precisely, if they're playing space perfect, 1-1 becomes very strong. So what it is like, okay, are they playing, like, I'm confident in my spacing. So now how confident am I in your spacing? And if I'm confident in your spacing, this is really good. Right? But if I'm not, but if I think you're just gonna, but if you're the type who's just gonna keep wailing and do this, right? This is very, I'm not gonna do 1-1. You know, if you're like gonna do this, I'm not gonna do 1-1, right? Well, sometimes I do like this, right? 1-1 PK is fun one, but 1-1 is 1-1's better the more precise your opponent's spacing is, and combined with yours. But if your opponent, but backdash is better in general because it's safer. Backdash has a higher chance at working because 1-1 has the same weakness. It can get staggered into half-life combo. It can you get counter hit if you do crouch backdash, and you don't move as far as backdash. So 1-1 is technically the worst movement option, but the more precise your opponent's spacing is, the better 1-1 becomes if you can read what they're likely to do. And if you suck opponents into the boxing, like to get obsessed with boxing, like you challenge them really hard on boxing to where they're boxing, this can then it's a matter of time of who's gonna try to open the other person up with like a backdash play or something like that, you know, stuff like that. Now you reduce that by being in their face and moving in and applying pressure forward, right? And then this is where their backdash play is less likely, right? Is because you're doing stuff like this, right? You're fighting up close and you're like, okay. But once we're in this, but what happens is you dismantle the things that are more risky because you start evading stuff. You start, you know, like this happens, right? So at some point they're gonna start tightening up and just do core boxing. When they do the core boxing, that's when stuff like crush or backdash becomes stronger. Right. And that's where, see what I did there? So what I did here, backdash 8K, right? It's very strong. There's so many things you can do with backdash in this game for every character. Like a lot of people play characters that have amazing backdash games, but they're not yet comfortable doing that yet. And I do try to let them know that if their character has a really good backdash game. But actually, everybody should develop their backdash game. It's just that understanding the risk is why you don't do it when you don't know what your opponent's going to do. But you start using it the more precise we get into VF, the more the backdash becomes a really powerful tool because it sets up a lot of launchers and punish. But it does have a huge risk, half-life risk, which is scary. But start of the round, I don't mind that half-life risk. I mind it when I have half-life. So, okay, so now you know how to do this, right? This technique you remember from the Discord. Basically, if we do forward throw escapes, so I'm gonna escape forward throw. You do any forward throw. So do you see how the camera moves? Yeah, you go the direction that the camera, like, you kind of follow that. So just practice like this, and you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that said, if you don't want to do that method, you can focus on your opponent because your throw is going to always line up with your opponent, right?
Yeah.
So if you're like, this means escape to the opponent's back, right?
Yeah.
But I don't like that method because I use the camera to tell me with the way the camera swings tells me which way to do this technique, and then of course this. So yeah, and it's with any forward throw. This will happen, right? Right, like that. All right, camera moves down, so I move down, right? And then camera moves up, so I move up. Is that, well, yeah. So that's the trick that I use, is I follow the camera swing.
Yeah. I should practice more.
But the thing is you do eventually want to master the good way because when the opponent has you like side turn, you can do it too. It's really good. It's really, really good. But the stance might matter a bit more. So yeah. But yeah, this is the special Leon technique. Okay, what else? Okay, let's talk about some tools that I didn't. So here's tools that I saw. Your side turn game is good. It can be better, of course, but it's very good. It's very good. I like the mixed up choices you have, so you know those are good. You don't overdo side turn, but you do it pretty well. Let's see. And I think your 8K can improve, but I think it's good. I think you know that basically when you're like +6 or more, you can do this, right? But the tactics I showed you before, you can do backdash into 8K. It's pretty good. depending on the way the opponent plays. But this thing is surprisingly good. However, if you whiff, you know, you are vulnerable. And like Lau Ferris will go after you, right?
Yeah, 6K.
Right. And so it's a scary one to whiff. It's really like, for me, I have to sense the opponent. But a lot of times I do it after I've put a lot of pressure on the opponent so they don't rush me, you know. Okay.
It's really good against, you know, though Shin uses a lot of 1P from range and 2K,
Yeah.
2K plus Shi.
I don't. Okay, so your uppercut is very precise, so I don't want to critique that. I think it means that when you do choose to use uppercut, you're using it very, very good. So it's hard to critique that, but it's also like, but it does make me wonder, could he use uppercut more? Maybe.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't try to force it because it is punishable. Like Lau Ferry is going to sidestep and punish you if you overdo the uppercut, right? Everybody else, you probably don't experience that, but when you fight Lau Ferris, you probably experience it, right? Because he's really trying to. He'll do backdash evade, and the moment he sees like you do this, he'll try to evade punish it, you know. Because he knows, right? And because he trained himself to do it. So of course you want to manage it. So right now I don't have particular. I don't see any problem with it. Do you ever use this one? 4-6P plus KP? This is what I don't remember seeing. Just the 2. The 2 is really good. So yes, the 1 is good, but the 2 is really, really good. Do you know why the 2 is really good?
Because the second one is mid, right?
Exactly. Because the second one is mid, and because there's a third one that's a mid too. Right? You're always threatening this, so you want to practice the delay because you want to get people defensive. And then when Leon get people defensive, he can annoy them too. It's not the best, but at least he can annoy them. Now, of course, this is punishable if they block this one.
Yeah.
But this one is so good. You know, like when you fight against El Blaze, this thing will really frustrate his demon dance game a lot. I'm not good at doing it, but if you find the right moments, this thing will stop it a lot. It's same like Akira PP does the same thing against El Blaze. Like when El Blaze does like the demon dance kick and rush, I think like this thing, like if you can react, this thing is actually very good. So it's good against a lot of things that do something like that, like go flying in the air. This thing will kind of like disrupt it, and sometimes you'll be able to combo after it too. So like, you know, you want to get used to doing this, and then get the opponent defensive so you can do games, right? And then you can start, you know, mess with them.
Yeah.
Of course you can do this too. So this is still good. It's still even though it's not as good as a jab, it acts like a jab. And of course you do it well in combo, so we don't have to talk about the combo application of this move. It's just that it's okay. Leon has 2 jabs he can use in combos. However, the damage scaling in combos now makes it so he doesn't want to do too many hits in the combo. You know, because the damage drop off is even faster now. So because of that, this is less relevant in 1.10. But the fact that he's got 2, and this does more damage than the regular punch. So this one does like 1 more damage, and so that can matter for your combo damage if you care. Okay, let's see. 4-4P is a fun one, but I think your use of 1P plus K was really good. So I have no complaints about that. Your use of 4K was very good. Sometimes 4-4P is a fun one though, because it's also punish that, but it's more risky. Like I think Lau Ferris will just start going in after your back turn.
I would 6P.
It's true that I don't see you use this one as much. 2P plus K4. Really good move.
I should use this one.
Also, so you know we talked about this. You also know that you have this and this EX high. So the spinning punch. Now this spinning punch is risky, but you can also. Sorry. You can also do that. Right.
I didn't see that a lot. Like. Respecting me. Like getting max stance and start doing things. Like,
right.
This guy is more dangerous at the one, right?
It's really strong. The Japanese are really well versed in this because all of the Japanese players used to do this a lot during the end of during Final Showdown's end. Like players like Buster, you know. And so it was kind of a standard thing for Japanese players to do. I don't do it very well, but once you get comfortable mixing it up, it's so scary.
Yeah, it's really scary.
Because Leon has a good back turn game, you know. And if you can get the opponent disrupted, pretty good. I did see you try to do Pari. Pari is fun, but it's not the greatest. But at least you get free sidestep PKP, and that can be good at the wall. But it also is very risky to do at the wall. So you know, like you would rather do other methods. But it is fun to do this. The only use I've really found for this is when they like to do string punches. And at high level, they're gonna delay the string if they do string. So this is really risky. But if you catch them, like if like against this, not too bad, but it's better against this, right? Because if you get to sidestep, if you get to parry the first one and evade, and they do the 2 extra hits, you can side kick them. Yeah. So I'll do this. Oh, get disconnected.
Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah, Leon is very fast. Just use with caution. Exactly. That's it. The party is really fun.
Looks like
Wow, we have the Great Bar of Doom. Okay, jump. Can you leave the room and come back in? I'll show you a few more. Okay, do you remember what is special about 2K, Leon's 2K?
It can go below EX highs, right?
Yeah, it is the only move I know that ignores EX high. I don't think anything ignores EX high, but except for Leon 2K. Tricky told me that one of Eileen's attacks ignores EX high. It did not when I tested it. However, Eileen has anti-Sabaki kick. It's not that great, but she has a kick that like cannot be Sabaki'd. So it's kind of funny, but it looks so funny when she does it. It's like, okay, I don't know why, but okay. But yeah, but Leon's 2K ignores EX high, so you can go ahead and practice here. Okay, and what would be the proper thing to do here? Yeah, 2KK. Why is 2KK important? Because on recovery hit, 2KK is guaranteed. Counter hit. Counter hit, there's 2 conditions for 2KK plus G. There's counter hit, and then if you get recovery hit, I think open stance. I think it's open stance. I think if you get recovery hit no, maybe it's closed. I don't know. Certain stance it can work. So 2KK plus G also has really interesting moments where it works. And then of course with the wall, right, like boom. Right. But I'll be honest, when I do it, it's out of greediness because I like to do 2KK plus G. It looks cool, but also because it's but I also do it like I feel it. Like my feel's like, oh, this will work. I actually don't remember the body position. It's just my brain says, you can do it here. It should work, you know. So
but it's only when you're really close you get to the world.
Yeah. KK of course 13 frame Punisher, but against the wall splat if it's recovery hit. So wall splat on recovery hit. That's why do like block. So block and throw, right?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is this is what makes like fuzzy guard when they're up against the wall very strong. Because then you can do fuzzy guard attack. Do you know how to do fuzzy guard attack?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Ready, go!
Yeah, let me say it's done much, but I know.
I'm gonna test your fuzzy guard attack. That's not fuzzy guard attack. So fuzzy guard attack is, I'll show you. When you do fuzzy guard attack, what I'm doing is I do the crouch dash and then I tap guard, then I tap kick.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but it has to be really fast. Like, it's like this. Like, listen. Do you hear the sound? Or watch the stream, you can see it. It's like that. Now, that was not correct. Right? Oh, no. This was correct because you did nothing. So I want you to attack, all right? See? Doesn't come out. Right? If I do it correct, it's like this. right? Now if you delay, I will probably get hit. So it's weak against delay attack. It's weak against delay attack and very slow attack. Like do like 4P plus K without charging, okay?
Okay.
Maybe not that. Try P plus K. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Because I didn't block yet to stop the K. But if you do elbow, right? If you do elbow, then it will work, right? But it doesn't work against slow attack.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing proper fuzzy guard attack. Yeah, it's supposed to be like that timing.
Yeah.
Right. Now try 20 frame.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So fuzzy guard attack, I don't like teaching people to do fuzzy guard attack too much because it is a weakness. If you do it without thinking, it's really,
Yeah.
it's like, player like me is going to take advantage of it. Once I know you're doing it. But it is good to master, and it's very strong. Just like, do you do low punch? Do you do option select from low punch?
No.
You hear this rhythm?
Yeah.
Okay, now let me hit you now, okay? So if it hits, the uppercut will come out. But if you block, no uppercut, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's really good.
This is an option select. So the rhythm is like bam, 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 bam on low punch.
Okay.
You can do it with throw too. So you can do option select throw. Now I don't like people overusing option select. It makes them weaker as a player. But you should master it on the side, and you should be able to turn it on, turn it off.
Yeah.
Important to be able to turn it off, okay? Because it will get you, it will get you punished, right? Because the good thing I love about Virtua Fighter's option selects, they're not like invincible. They all have weaknesses. They all have multiple weaknesses. So and the opponent can play around them very easily. But they're very strong. So like, see this throw, right? And then but now you block it, no throw.
Yeah.
So go ahead and try it. So first try to do low punch. Yeah, actually first try to do it like this. Bam, bam. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Yep. Good. Good. Good.
Yeah.
So you're very close to it. You're very, very close to it. And then you can just set AI and you can set AI to like to guard or normal hit.
Yeah, yeah.
But the problem is the player who can't turn this off is in big trouble. At higher level, maybe at beginner level, no problem, but it becomes a weakness if you cannot turn it off, right? If you cannot just tell yourself to just do things manually, because at some point you just want to watch, right? Sometimes you just want to go, like some opponents, you're like, oh, they hesitate. Well, I'll just do this and then I'll do like that, So it's important to always have strong fundamental skill, even when you're doing option select. But mastering fuzzy guard, really, really important. How comfortable are you with fuzzy guard right now?
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable. Like I tend to use it also like too much. Like I sometimes use flowchart doing fuzzy every time I get blocked.
Yeah.
Someone like Lofavez will just wait and throw you or wait and do
he will punish it, yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's like I started doing things like, for example, like a 6P block into 1K.
Yeah.
A 6P block into 3P.
Yes.
Just to, but you need to recognize that.
That's why you see me do stuff like this, right? That's why you see me do stuff like, and people are like, why is Chanchai like doing this uppercut even when he's minus? And it's like, well, if they poke back, there's not much damage, and then I'll just react to like if you hit me, right? And then right, there's no damage there. The risk is low until you do jab nitaku, right? Or until you hit me with something big, right?
Yeah.
But I'm looking for that. I'm looking to see what you'll do, you know. But of course, you can set up a win condition. You can be patient and just be like, I'm just gonna respond. I'm gonna punish this, but when I'm gonna win the round with it, right? And then that's okay too.
Yeah.
His sweep is really good, but in our fights, I don't remember seeing you do it much. But I don't want. But you don't want to overuse any of his lows. You just want to use them just right. So I think your precision is good. This move is very deceptively. I like this move. Some people think it's a weird move. I think it's good. It is weak though to evade. So against evade, like if I do this, you want to evade it, then sidekick PKP, right? You get guaranteed. Go ahead and sidekick PKP. Yeah, it's guaranteed,
Yeah.
right? And then, of course, if you're mindful, you do the. Have you gotten comfortable doing this?
Nah, I need to practice it.
Okay. Do you know how to do it? What method? What controller are you using?
I use a leverless.
Okay, so leverless. That one is a slight. It's not so bad. That one's not so bad. You just have to get used to that motion. But player 2 side's a little harder, because of that extra use of your ring finger.
Yeah.
But hold on, I'm gonna turn off my alarm clock. I will have to call. But okay, so this technique, lever is easier for me because lever I'm doing this. Right, it's like down forward and then quarter circle forward, right?
Yeah.
And that way I can do it like this. And there's a timing for it on when you do it from evade cancel.
Yep.
And so with leverless I can do it too, but it is more mechanical. It is like what people think. It's like it literally is like this, like that double tap 3 and then 6. Yeah, so definitely keep practicing it. It's really good. If you can master it. So like let's say I'm gonna do this into this in the sidekick. You practice it.
Time's up.
So actually, you do that to me because I'm not sure if it's guaranteed. I forgot. I need to double check. I'm usually going after big launches, but Leon just doesn't do it that much.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay, not guaranteed. So no, we don't have it there. However, 8K you should have it.
Yeah.
Nope. But we would have it with 4-6K. It's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's
So we'll practice with 4-6K.
okay.
It's like you're like slow down. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying. I know that if I try to go for like a 3-2-3,
Yeah.
it's easier to do that.
Okay, so for you 3-2-3 also easier. Good. For me 3-2-3 is the easiest, but I play on lever. On leverless, I do 3-3-6, but the 3-2-3 is the way I do it on lever. So. And it's a very fun motion, and there's a special timing. However, this timing can throw off your ECD timing. So, because normally ECD you should do really fast, but if you go for this one and you go too fast, you won't do it, right? You'll just sidestep and do nothing. So you're actually supposed to like watch and then do it. You know, like two different things: sidestep and then do it. You know, because successful evade will be like that. So but it's good to practice though, and again, but this thing is also good to do this in match. If you can do this in match, just crouch dash into it, it's not a bad move. Just know that yes, you're minus, but you can play with what the opponent's response is. But as a delay attack, good delay to push them to wall. It's good when they wake up to push them out of the ring. You know, like you saw me use this to push people out of the ring, right? Like Okizemi, and like you wake up and it's just so mean. It's just like it's just like it's like so cheap. It's like if the meaty timing's good, you can't sidestep it. So, and I don't even think you can hop forward to save your life because of meaty. Like I think you're just screwed. So it's one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good move. Like when you have an encounter, like the distance, how it pushes you out, right?
Yeah.
When you are thinking out of positioning, right, it's a really good move.
Yeah. Now, in the opening play, the opening plays that I saw, you like to do delay forward or backward. I encourage you to consider. You've seen that I like to use uppercut opening. Now, that said, of course, Lao Ferry's, he's gonna always. He's probably gonna backdash sidestep to Leon's back at the start of round, almost always.
Yeah.
So then, if you read that, there are ways to get him to lose to the other opening that I beat you with a lot. So in the opening, I hit you a lot with this. I hit almost everyone with this. Like, I hit Lao Ferry's a lot with this. However, one time you cut it off. One time you actually went like this, which is really good. Like, this is the answer. If you know Leon gonna do this, you just do counter hit launcher. You do Jackie uppercut, you know? Beat knuckle, right? But it's a very hard read. Very hard read. But I'm only doing this because I think you're gonna do that. Like, I think you're gonna open like this.
Yeah.
Because this is pretty good at that. However, some people have found you can do like this, like their version of this, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people do full backdash, and then Akira do full backdash, quarter circle back punch, and we'll actually beat something like this. It's really shocking.
Yeah.
Like that. I think at the round, like try to round start right now. Just do a full backdash and do nothing. Let's see.
Round 2.
Okay.
Ready, go!
No. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's only if I do something deep else. Okay. So this thing will beat a lot, but against, if you see this, you know, it's like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but just be aware that I might, but like, just be aware that if you've already started with like this 2 or 3 times, maybe the opponent will try to be aggressive at the start, or maybe I'll do this. It's a gamble, but it's up to how you feel with the opponent. But the more you experience it, the better. Leon has got good openings at the start. This is a good one. Whenever the opponent like to attack, this is usually pretty good. But not against Akira, you know. But against a lot of characters, this is actually very good. This one gets me a lot of points at the start of round with the Okizemi situation.
Yeah.
Round 3. Ready,
Of course, his PK is good. Some people, even when they do backdash games, sometimes this will work, but this doesn't always work. More and more people now, after Replay Takeover, I think more and more people have found ways to punish this if they predict this play.
Yeah.
So be very careful about that. But it's a very fun one if people do certain things like backdash launch.
Yeah.
So the throw pattern that I noticed, the throw escape pattern I noticed from you is that you almost always escape forward throw, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a fine strategy. It just meant that I could do half circle back to you a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I anticipated that and started like trying to take backward, but I used how I towards breaking front throw.
Yeah, so
My forward throw.
that one I'm gonna let you decide for yourself what you're comfortable with. If you prefer to use escape forward as a strategy, it's a good strategy. Even if you take the back throw, just try to manage knowing when the opponent will throw, though. And then you know.
I also play a lot against Sky, so like forward teaching against Sky. So.
Right, he gonna escape forward, yeah. Oh, he gonna want to go forward, yeah. So again, it's fine as a strategy. I don't have complaints about it. I just noticed though that you would not escape this, except maybe once. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then you know you have stuff like that. So your throw game itself, I didn't sense much throwing from you. I don't remember it too much. I know you threw me. I know that actually you did do half circle back throw against me. I know that.
Yeah.
I did not see you do combo throw. Maybe everybody's escaping it against you. But I didn't see you actually do this throw much. I don't remember it too much.
I wasn't sure of where to use it. Like usually when I need to like play more against people to.
I would say if you see the opponent with something that's like, and you don't think it's punishable, throw is a really good choice. If you're very, you know, consider it. Throw or mix up. Think of it as Nita. Just apply Nitaku is good. But I like using throw because you start mastering the timing, and you know if you didn't get it. If they mash and they beat your throw, you know like you were too late. But that's good information to feel, you know. But I feel like your throw game did not feel threatening to me yet, but I don't think it's bad. I think you're playing tempo pretty well and attack, and your lows were precise. That's really important. But I do think part of the reason I feel I can go in and defend against you more was probably because I didn't feel throw, and that you might go for this, but this is very slow. And if you hit me yes, I hit you a lot with this, but it's really not much, right? In your case, maybe 1P plus K, but I think you're at disadvantage even on all of it, right? Do your elbow, right? Yeah. So.
Yeah, this is mine.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like, but the good thing is just, you use this to set up sidestep, and then you abari or backdash is good too, right? That's so mean. Look at that. It beats elbow. Like, this is so mean. So, I didn't see much of your backdash game. I'm not saying you have to have one. I'm just saying I just did not notice it as much. I noticed backdash the way Tekken player backdash. I know backdash to get out of the situation, but I didn't feel like backdash to whiff punish. But that's a really scary. It's actually harder than it looks for Leon. Some characters it's easy. No offense to Jackie players, but beat knuckle is a very easy thing to do. And 6K is a very easy thing to do from backdash. For Leon to do 4-4K, actually, he has a high chance of losing, so he would prefer to confirm. And that can, then means he has to keep mashing 4-4-4-4, right? So this is actually harder than it looks because you have to set it up. It's more like you set up the whiff. You don't, it's not like, oh, they whiff and I do it. Because if they whiff and they do it, the best I've got is like the eye poke into PK. Or, crouching. Then crouching side, but that's a different one. So evade punish against crouching opponents good. Like if opponent likes to do like low kick, then like this is really strong. I really like our sparring session. I think we should spar more often. I like you were adapting well, so I cannot. You were not lacking in adapting. You were adapting to the way I play. And you find some good solutions, and they were working well. And then you also moved around. Like when I moved off the situation, I think you adjusted a bit. Could it be faster? Sure, but it doesn't need to be. You don't need to rush these things. You just need to eventually get there. So I don't have complaints about your current pace. I think as you get more comfortable, we'll get to see more of how you apply the reads. But a lot of your reads were pretty good, and your pacing is pretty good. Just do like you're doing, play lots of VF, and you're sparring with, like in South America you have so many good sparring partners, but I'm happy you want to spar with me because I'm really happy to work on both of our Leons this way. But I respect your skill. I think your skill is pretty good. I think right now I have an edge, and right now I have a experience to kind of let's find another way to fight, and then I probably win it, but you're absorbing it, you're learning it, and you're trying answers, and they're working. So I think you played great today. Yes, right now the win-loss is very in my favor, but it's not. You're building such good experience. I think your Leon is on a very good foundation.
Thanks.
What do you feel? How did you feel with today's sparring?
No, I feel really great. Like it was amazing to fight. Like I believe you play in a way that not many players from here play. You really like to do a bar a lot and to mix up your options or when you press and when you don't, right?
Yeah.
I believe in here people are more like aside from LaFaris, right?
Yeah, LaFaris and I both like to play very interactive VF. Like LaFaris is more like actually like a lot of Asian players. He's actually more defense oriented. He's like lab rat. So he is the person who want to find what he thinks is the best answer and the best maybe the best 3 answers for every situation, and he will do it. And it's pretty scary how well he does it in match.
It's weird because like when I told you on the message I sent you, like I feel like when I go for an option, like the risk I take is bigger than the reward I can get from the same option, right?
Yeah.
And the same goes for defense, right? Like the Fares will always get the most optimal or the closest to most optimal punish for what you're doing.
Yes.
When he picks right, that right option is a lot stronger and a lot more rewarding than when I did, right? I believe that also has a lot to do with Lavin, and but
Yeah.
not only that, but to be like Anselofar is more comfortable with his character, right?
Yeah.
He has been playing Sinaloa.
So, when you fight Lafaris, you're fighting somebody who's playing knowledge, right? However, he's also comfortable being very interactive. Why I like fighting him so much is, he can actually, he has the skill to be very defensive, but his fighting skill is very good. Actually, his fire, the way that he fight like aggressively, is also very good. When I fight him, he reminds me a lot of like strong Asian players. I'm not saying Asian's better, by the way. I'm just saying that there's like a difference in the way they kind of play, So so like the way he plays is like, I feel like I'm in Asia fighting against like strong players in Asia, and whether it's China or Japan, or online from Thailand, stuff like that. It's like, okay, this is what it's like, right? American is a little different. North American. And then they all have different ways and approach, but Laufer definitely plays like a real strong knowledge game with his execution is very scary, like honestly. But he also used a lot of option select, so I usually know how to disarm the option select. I know it more from field than for explaining it. It's just more of like, it's just the instinct say, well, okay, let's change the approach so that the option select is not so good, but he moves off of it very quickly too, but you do have to watch out because the option select is very powerful, especially in a rollback environment. That option selecting is very, very strong. So because it's like no hesitation doing probably the right answer depending on how it played out. So it's like playing with two steps really well. So options like super powerful, offline and online, but online it has this extra dynamic to it. But again, you should learn every option select you can, and you should master them, but you have to be able to turn them off at will, because they become a weakness too. Because the beautiful part about Virtua Fighter's design is that the option selects lose to very easy things. It's just a matter of doing the easy thing. So what is this easy thing, right? Do a slow attack, delay, like don't buffer. Like it's basically you're guessing between buffer and not buffer, and then use backdash, like let them do the option that they want, but not in the situation they want, So
it's really crazy that like you tend to go also because of how good the buffer is, like how long the actual buffer window to game, you are really incentivized to replay frame one.
Yeah.
That's the thing that will lose the passives and the ECCs and the option selection. You realize that you
I apologize that I can't hear you too much. I don't know if it's.
It's better now?
Yes, much better.
Okay, sometimes it bugs. But as I was saying, like the buffer window is so big that you are really incentivized to play on frame one.
Yes.
But being able to deactivate, to stop being frame one and being able to play with some delay and some leeway, it will really help you like start willing to option selection to the more common options, even if it's a really fast game that will really test your reflexes and your knowledge of the game, to even from something like an evade, I debated, maybe you evade a P and you have to block, or maybe you evade a 6P and it's your turn, right, and you can do something on side, or maybe a lot of things that happen with, for example, Akira, if you evade a 60 speed and you do a throw, that throw will be a front throw, and not a side throw.
Right.
While a side throw would be not a great option. Having the true option of mixing between three throws.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
better.
something to know though is this. Actually, to counter that example, if the attack has very low total frames,
Yeah.
like Akira dashing elbow included, regular elbow at +2, and Aoi, you fought Aoi a lot.
Yeah.
You know her 4-3P, and especially her and her 4-3P plus K, right? These moves, right? 3P also, not many frames, right? Not many total frames. These moves, when you sidestep, usually the throw is normal.
Yeah.
So meaning you can mix up the throw. It's not like side throw. If it's when you sidestep like a really big move, or when you sidestep uppercut or you sidestep side kick, it's going to be side throw. But there's a good chance when you sidestep something that is really fast and doesn't recover long, that like recovers very quickly, you will probably have normal throw. So like when you sidestep Akira's dashing elbow, I do like to throw there because I think a lot of time you get the normal throw situation, and so he has to get
with some things from Shin, like also the charge move, I believe. It depends, but sometimes if he goes for a string or he charges, like he doesn't have that many recovery frames.
Yeah, so just keep it in mind, and just keep it in your mental file. But when you because it's very strong when you have normal throw game after sidestep, and also if you use offensive move, you still have normal throw, right? So if you use offensive move, you can still have throw mix up if they just defend when they see offensive move. So it's really cool, right? It's funny because a lot of people assume, oh, if I do offensive move, when I get side throw, it's like, nope, when you offensive move, it'll just be normal throw situation. So
It's, at the end, BF is a really fun game.
Yes.
Like, and also like it's really fun offline. Like I played it offline with Low Forest earlier this year. In summer, like I live in was January. And it was really fun to play the game offline, It was my first time playing offline.
Yep, the microphone, the Discord's acting up again. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, it's just really quiet for you. But yes, what I was going to say though is that, you guys finally got to play offline. You had an event, and offline VF is definitely the best Virtua Fighter. But I still think online is still a lot of fun, and I think it's the best training tool you can have because of the convenience. And so I do think people should play online because, well, it's still fun. Still really fun, and it's still really, and nowadays the online is very close to what you get offline, so what you train online will definitely help you. No matter what, it will help you, unless you make it so negative that you don't let it help you. But I played in a time when the online could make you play worse, and that was long ago. That's like 10 years ago. That it has not, even with the Ultimate Showdown, the online was still generally making you a better player, but it could be frustrating, and I understand that. For me it wasn't, but I can adapt. I understand how to use it to make me a better player, and how to improve because I don't get to just go to New York and fight. I live across the country from New York, right? But I want to fight that player, so so even when we have delayed netcode, I think is good because I gain more experience that way. But now it is much more closer to the offline, and so like you will get better. And you and I are playing from, are you Argentina? So you're Argentina, I'm Oregon, almost Canada, right? I'm in the United States, but at the very north of it, northwest, and you're on the east side, right? So. And so because of that, like we're really far apart, but we can train like this, and we train everything good. Yes, we acknowledge there's a rollback. Yes, it's not perfect. Yes, I can lose a round to it sometime, but generally no, right? Generally, the strength is showing, the response showing, you're improving, you made better decisions. All of these things happen, and we actually both played reactively on a lot of things too. So for me, it's like, is it harder? Sure, but I don't think it's that much harder, but I do think it's annoying when you're building. I do understand it if it's annoying when building your skill, or if you feel like it's gaslighting you, but I really think it's helping you. And even managing this environment, I think, will make you better offline player. But of course, once you have the offline event, you're there. Try to meet as early as possible and get as many matches as possible so you can adjust to it.
Yeah, we finally are going to have a tourney later this year, so in August, by Ragnarok, like it was announced by Sega already.
Round 3.
So
Ready?
I expect it to be really fun.
Rushdown Turtle gave a really good feedback. He's I think concurring. He says a huge part of being better at VF is recognizing all the animations. 100%. Online helps with that the same as offline. 100%. Yes. Even delayed netcode helped me with it, because I started seeing late phase animations way earlier, because when I fought against Europe on PS4 and also on emulator also, but when I fought on delay based netcode against Germany, it was slow, but I started seeing late phase animations way better. And it really jacked up my it improved my late phase matchup significantly. That even though that was one night, but I was just like, oh man, like I can, when I see it doing this is what I can do. You know, and it's like, or this is what's gonna happen. And so I think this game can reward that. But fortunately during the rollback era you don't really have that. You know, sometimes, but it's pretty rare. So, all right, I gotta go, but I had a great time.
Same.
And yeah, let's train again some more. But keep it up. You're playing Leon very well. You have good reasoning, so I feel like, you know, it's like the advice I can give you at the moment is just a little more limited. You are doing the things that I would say I would want you to do, so I don't want to make you feel like you're not doing those things. I think you're using movement pretty well. You are fighting with tempo pretty well. Yes, I'm a step ahead of you on it, but you're following very closely. So you're not far from stabilizing it or overtaking it, you know? And you came into these matches with learning experience, as a learning experience. And so I hope my Leon showed you a lot of things. Did my Leon show you much, or how did you feel fighting against my Leon?
No, I feel like it was a great time. Like I believe that I go all of this training session with a lot of things to practice and to rewatch. You know, like there are a lot of options that I didn't have in mind, and that sometimes when you are loving, you believe that just because of a matter of frames or whatever, like something is not going to work, you know. But when you see it working in a real match, you say, if you have the mental stack in mind, a lot of options are not true. If we are going to be theoretical about just frame data, become really good users because of this mental stack, right?
Yeah.
It's informative, I would say, this training session.
It's a really good point. No, it's a good point, right? Because when the human element introduces a lot of things, right? The human element adds a lot of extra mechanics to the fight, you know. And if the opponent slows down, your strong options change. If your opponent is sharp, your strong options change. If your opponent has good memory, and if your opponent has good memory, your options change. If your opponent has bad memory, your options change, right? Now, you don't have to be perfect at reading the opponent, but you can understand that, to keep it simple, you can recognize, is what I'm doing, does it influence my opponent? And there's no the right or wrong answer. It's not about good, bad. If the answer is yes, okay, well, I should lead this dance. If the answer is no, that doesn't mean that the opponent's bad. It just means maybe the opponent's stubborn, maybe they don't care, maybe their game is so good you have to work around it. But no matter what, if the answer is no, I have no influence on my opponent, then it means that my course of action is that I have to work around what they're doing. Right? It's not an ego, and it's not better or worse. It's not, oh, this guy doesn't change up, like, you know, he should really change up, he sucks, and then you lose to him and you're mad. Well, you're the one who didn't adapt to this opponent, right?
Yeah.
Who's the stubborn one? Who was the stubborn one? you know. So you have to recognize, if you have no influence on the opponent, it's probably valid. It's just more like you have to understand it. And then just like with for beginners, I have to teach them how to fight against Masher, how to fight against Turtle, how to fight against Mix-Up, right? How to fight against YOLO. And then in the match, it's not that you're fighting one of these things. It's you're fighting all of these things, but is when am I fighting it? Like right now, he's being a Masher. Right now, he's a Turtle. Right now, he YOLO, right?
Yeah.
And then now he's a Turtle again, right? And this gives you answers. Well, it's the same thing with interactivity. Right now, what I do has no effect on him, but I'm still winning. I should keep doing this. Or I'm losing. I need to work around what he's doing because I can't just do what I want, right? And then how fast are they playing? He's playing really fast. I need to use things that don't lose to fast play. Okay, he's playing slowly. I cannot just box this because I might get launched, or I might, I might get disrupted. And I can't be, I have to be a little mindful of the approach. So, these are really important things that happen in a match that you feel and add up. But again, if all you look at are the frames and set play, there's a strong limit on frames and set play. It can be too predictable. It can be used against you, right? It's like I'm not using it not because I don't think it's good. I think it's good, but because I think you're too predictable with it, right? Kind of thing. Like not you personally, but like the opponent, right? And it's makes it easy to read. Guess better, and then maybe I change my mind about that. Right? This guy wants to whiff punish me. Okay, we're gonna play Nitaku. This guy is beating me in Nitaku. Okay, we're gonna try to whiff punish. Or we're gonna try to sidestep. We're gonna figure out when to sidestep and when to abare. Right? If we want to gamble harder. It depends. So and that's what I love about this game. That's what I love about
it's an amazing game.
yeah. So anyways, thanks for hearing me out. You have a good one. I gotta go get ready to pick up my kids from school, but this was a wonderful session, and everybody that watched, thank you very much. Thanks for all your support. I hope you guys enjoy watching our sparring session and training session. Grovile from Argentina is a wonderful player, and now I fought different characters of his, but now he's playing Leon, and he's playing Leon very well. So keep it up.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, have a good time.
Have a good one.
For playing with me.
Oh, thank you. All right. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Round one.
See you. Bye.
Ready, go!
So yeah, everyone, thank you so much. Rushdown Turtle, thanks for joining and the feedback. Kin, thank you very much, Kin. And Minister of Defense, thank you very much for the kind words. Princess Fluff, always awesome to see you. Just Miles, thanks so much for hanging out in the chat. This was a really, really good time. I do have to get ready to pick up my kids from school, but I was really happy to stream a training session again. I have had a few sparring sessions, not like in the recent past, but a lot of times the reason I didn't upload them yet was usually I wanted to wait till somebody would finish their tournament before I did it, because when I want to help somebody with a tournament, I don't want to issue a scouting report. But that said, I am happy doing these sessions, and I especially love them when I can stream them. But even if you prefer that I wait a while before uploading, I'm cool with that too. So it's true that I'm not always available, but I am trying to be more available, and I really do love streaming these sessions, and I do hope that I can start doing big fight monster sessions too, where you guys can watch those, because it's been a while since I did a lot of those sessions. So a lot of people haven't watched me play against like the known monsters as much, though some of those training sessions, sparring sessions were that. But yeah, it's always fun streaming. I do miss streaming as much as I used to, and hopefully I can get there again soon. But at the same time, the current schedule is a manageable schedule with life in general. Whether my situation stays the same or changes, it's still probably going to be this type of a schedule where I can probably stream about 3, maybe 4 days a week. But generally 2 days is pretty reliable. Yeah. Thank you so much, GROVILE. Thank you. It was a really good sparring session, and keep it up. Keep it up, that Leon. And yeah, I'm glad that you got to see more options and context and match stuff. That said, I will repeat what Jimmy PKG said when I asked him what he thought in Taipei when we played at B Pro Cup. And I asked him this after I had gotten to the grand finals. So I asked him, what do you think when you're watching my fights? Because I was curious. And he just said, well, I think it shouldn't work, but you do it and it works. So I was like, okay. And I bring that up because that's what GROVILE's comment reminded me of, where, but in his case, he was saying kind of the opposite. He says, like, he does stuff in the lab and he's not sure it's going to work when it's in the match because it's hard to apply. But then he'll watch me do some of the stuff in the lab, or he'll do some of the stuff that he worked out in the lab. And it's because the lab is really good as a proof of concept. It's fantastic for that, and you should use it like that. If you're the type that likes to use it, 100%, it's to your benefit to use training mode. Now, that said, getting stuff ready to work in match is a very different thing, and I have to remind people this because some players will complain that they can do stuff in training mode but they can't, and they will think it's because of online. And it's actually because of mental stack. It's because of how hard it is to do things when you're under pressure. It's hard to do things when somebody is flicking you on the forehead or in your face, right? And also, it's hard to do when your opponent does nothing. So we've got the case of aggressive opponent, hard to do it. Passive opponent, also hard to do it. Because the match is a very different environment. And so for me personally, I'm kind of labbing when I'm in the match. You guys saw it. You guys saw the combos I don't know. You guys saw, but you also saw me, think out loud like I usually do. And it's because I'm like, oh, let me, because I want to try something out. And it's not working, I'll try a few more times. And then if it's really not working, then I have to admit and maybe move on. And then maybe bring it back because the match is going to move on without me. So it's a lot of fun for me so in-match training is a big deal. And I think one of the values when you play offline actually is seeing the stuff that really is happening. When some players don't realize that they're the ones that are delaying, offline is kind of the place where they realize they actually are. Now I think World Stage Mode is good at this too, because World Stage will kind of force you to buffer quite a bit. And it's not that you can only play this game when you buffer, but it's that if you can't buffer, you're not playing a lot of this game. So you need to buffer to be able to do the rest of it. You need to buffer to be able to delay and to know the difference. If you don't buffer, you will be lagging because of you, and you won't know if it was because of you or the online or what. it will be because of you. If you can buffer, the more consistent you can buffer, then you will know when things are kind of working or not, and you'll have more reliable results. You'll know how to improve your play. And something I've said recently, and I'll say again, is when I use sidestepping as a way to identify if the opponent early in the round when I have a lot of health, as a way to identify if the opponent's buffering or not. Now, it could be intentional and it could be unintentional. Regardless, if I'm convinced that they are doing it unintentionally, which means they're always delaying, I will adjust my play so that it's always delaying its sidestep, if I do its sidestep. Or I will go aggressive. I will abare. So here's the danger. If you delay, you actually let your opponent go in your face and do a bare. Because you're making their attacks better. Even when you had the advantage, if you delay enough, well, now you've made your attacks same as your opponent, and then if you delay longer, you've made your opponent's attacks better than yours. When you have advantage, your attacks are better than theirs in general. When they have advantage, their attacks are better than yours in general. It's kind of how frame advantage works, because speed matters. So when someone's buffering, yes, they would be vulnerable. They'd be more vulnerable to sidestep. Doesn't mean sidestep is bad. But sidestep is very strong against people that buffer. Sidestep has to be modified or super risky against people that don't buffer. But you know what? Mashing can really punish people that don't buffer. It is more scary to get launched by a bare because you were delaying too much, because you were never buffering. That's more scary than their delay hitting you out of a sidestep attempt. There's a big difference. So you do want to master buffering before you're talking about the superiority of delaying. Now, delaying is amazing, but you got to do it all. You got to be able to buffer and delay. So that's my general advice to people learning BF, that buffering is really important. That's why we stress it. Fuzzy guard is similar. At some point you got a fuzzy guard, but most importantly, you need to buffer and you need to guard throw escape. Those two things are the absolute must. Those are super fundamental to the game. Then after that, you also, while you're doing that, not after, while you're doing this, you do want to generally master the boxing. You want to get good with throws, so you want to get good at grappling, and you do want to get good at applying mix-up. So when you have Nitaku, you want to use it to get good at applying Nitaku without even flinching. When you can do all these things, buffer, guard, throw, escape, boxing, throwing, mixing up, and then we're going to add fuzzy guard after that. You will end sidestepping. This game, you'll be able to do a lot, and the game becomes so much better. If you're not buffering, like, that's the most important. If you're not buffering though, you're gonna lose to people doing weird attacks out of nowhere. So. Hey, Mister, good to see you. I'm about to head out, but I had a great time, and I always like giving my TED Talks during Virtua Fighter streams. Let's see. So now, I know that I've repeated things I've said many times, but it's always worth repeating, and it always applies to new generation, old generation, super old generation. Doesn't matter. Advice is advice. You can take it or leave it, but I am hoping it will help you. I hope most people. With Mr., I take advice from Mr. Mr.'s knowledge is crazy good, so I listen to Mr.'s advice. I do listen to his complaints too, but I listen to his advice as well. Mr. was really fun, actually. Us Americans are so serious, so sometimes when sometimes we take Europeans too seriously. You know, sometimes we mishear what they're typing. You know, we overread what the UK crowd when they're doing their pub talk, and when the Italians are being sarcastic, we take it too seriously. So you know, kind of how it is. Now, when the French are complaining, maybe they really are complaining, right? So, you know. But let's see. That's our stereotype because us Americans are way too serious. So, all right. So let's find someone to raid. I think I saw Blurring was streaming. Yeah, Blurring is streaming. So let's go ahead and raid Blurring because Blurring is a lot of fun. Let's do it. All right, so we're gonna send a raid over to Blurring, and they're training with Lee Next Triforcer, which I think these two have been having awesome battles. They're focusing. I think I heard one of them one time tell, you know, like, I think they have a good mentality when they're training together. So let's get to it. We're gonna start the raid right now, and in about like 10 seconds, I'll send you all there. But thank you all so much for watching. You guys have a good one. Keep it up. Keep on fighting. Keep playing. Play more VF. All right, here we go. Catch you later.